design new features to take the customer experience even further. In our largest cities where we can, we create space open to everyone.
Hey there, Internet. So today I'm going to be doing a little...
Or just listen to a local artist on the weekends.
As you may know, I'm a huge Apple fan. The last documentary I did, I interviewed the co-founder of Apple, Steve Wozniak. I actually carry his business card around with me wherever I go because it's made of metal in case I end up in a castaway situation. I'm going to keep this going live streaming, so feel free to chime in with questions.
They're carefully curated, and they change seasonally to always feature our newest products and services. And this summer, to turn on these new features, we've launched Today at Apple, our in-store experience designed to inspire customers to go even further with their passions. Photography, music, gaming, and app development. We've created new programs like Photo Walks, where customers can perfect their photography skills with features like portrait mode and memories. And we do all of this in a really fun social way by taking them out to the neighborhood. And one of my personal favorites, Teachers Tuesdays, where our teams help local educators stay updated on the newest technologies and apps. In some of our larger stores, sessions are led by local artists, like this music lab called The Art of Beat Making with RZA and the Roll. And a new position we call a Creative Pro. So the Creative Pro is now to liberal arts as the genius has always been to technology. And I would love to show a quick video to show you how Today at Apple is coming to life.
Video time. Live stream is lagging. So, to give you guys an update, their whole thing they're doing right now is launching a whole new retail sort of thing, and they're trying to draw more people into the retail. Online. The latest Mac laptop that I bought online because I want to get all the specs right.
You have to be completely fearless.
I don't really like going in Apple stores now like I used to. I feel like they're not very helpful in there, like when I have a problem with my laptop. But maybe that's going to change with this big new...
Telling us they love the role that Apple Retail is playing in their community.
I wish Apple's website would work with the streaming. I tried it through Chrome and Firefox. Those don't work. You have to use Safari, and it just wouldn't work. I'm on Safari right now, and every time I try and get it streaming, because this is a little bit delayed. So every time I go on there, it will jump to this other tab. So I'll be on apple.com. Meanwhile, I'll keep this going in the background, but just to show you down here what's wrong.
And in Paris, we're restoring an entire historic building on the iconic Champs-Élysées. We're turning a 5-story atrium from modern town square for Milan.
Ooh.
Just imagine movie night there next summer.
That's very exciting, but it's still What about your
We
products?
recently announced an ambitious project to restore Carnegie Library in the heart of our nation's capital. We can't think of a better
Just to give you some of my background, with Apple, I was like one of the first kids on my block to have a Mac laptop. I had a 17-inch PowerBook with Final Cut on it, and ever since then I've been sold on using a Mac laptop for editing. I'm a huge fan of Final Cut. It's how I edit most of my 360 videos and vlogs. I big Apple fan. I got the iPhone back in 2007 when it came out. I was the first person that I knew to have it. Then everyone in my family got one because I got one.
Thank you to the 65,000 Apple retail employees around the world whose passion
is live. I don't know, my computer might just be acting slow because I'm using this 16 terabyte drive and then this Thunderbolt right now.
I'm really excited about all the incredible things going on in retail.
Alright, I'm going to mute this. We'll just put this back.
I am especially proud of our unbelievable retail team. Beginning with Apple Watch. Apple Watch was designed to help people stay active, motivated, and connected so that they could live a better day. And I'm happy to tell In fact, last quarter, Apple Watch grew over 50% compared to the previous year. This is incredible. Now,
So people like smartwatches.
last year, we told you that the Apple Watch had already become the
What? It beat out Rolex? That's crazy. That's pretty impressive. I'm going to go get my
But
watch.
what's most rewarding to us is how much our users love it. Our people write to us all the time and tell us how the Apple Watch is helping them lead a healthier life.
Someone who's a
These
huge
stories
watch fan,
are unbelievable.
I sadly was not a big fan of the Apple Watch. I got it. I give it a second try. The biggest issue for me was the battery life wouldn't last as long. Now I'm using this Garmin Verb, it lasts a long time.
Dear Tim,
最近的 Apple 公司 Hello, Mr. Cook.
Вам пишет киборг из России.
I know you may never read this, but I just wanted to put it out there. I live
a 99-year-old world traveler.
Every day for the last 2.5 years, I have worn this tiny computer on my wrist.
This is the first time I've worn a watch since my bar mitzvah. I was a scrawny, sports-hating kid who never really liked being active.
I was coming back from a knee surgery.
While I was never fat, I was the proud owner of a dad bod. I feel that's a deep depression.
Alright, gotta grind up some coffee beans, guys. Still that hour. That morning hour here.
Walk around the
support page so
Glucose
that you
monitor
have
with the Apple Watch lets us make sure her blood sugars don't go to dangerously
warning.
low levels.
For 6 minutes, I hung there in my car talking to a dispatcher until help arrived.
Had I not been wearing my Apple Watch, I never would have sought medical attention, which in turn saved my life. Sincerely, Paul.
Thank you so much for creating something that does not make me feel old.
Thanks for listening. Avi.
Sincerely, Stuart.
祝维华敬上。
All the best, Kara.
Sincerely, Art.
Jill.
Casey.
Благодарностью, Дмитрий.
Muito obrigado, Giovanni.
I'm sure there are like millions of people watching this right now, but it's still not good to do a live streaming event and not get the live streaming right. In the meantime, making some nice coffee.
Sincerely, Stuart.
祝维华敬上。
All the best, Kara.
Sincerely, Art.
Jill.
Casey.
С благодарностью, Дмитрий.
Muito obrigado, Giovanni.
Alright, for those of you who are big Apple Watch fans, I would love to hear whether you like this, whether you don't. Write me a message. Super interested to hear your thoughts on the Apple Watch, if you own one, or if you're interested to buy a new one, or if you'll never get an electric watch. Tell me why.
Sharing their personal experience with all of us. We have some great news about the future of Apple Watch, and to share it with you, I'd like to invite Jeff up. Jeff?
Alright, I need to go pick up my friend from Bart, but I will be right back. I think he's Facebook messaging me right now. So I'm doing a lot of stuff in the background here.
It's really inspiring to us that so many people are getting healthier with Apple Watch. With WatchOS 4, they're going to be able to do even more. We're adding smart activity coaching, which is going to help more people close more rings more often. A completely redesigned workout app with high-intensity interval training.
Alright, I'm going to keep this going. I'm going to be right back.
Auto sets and Gym Kit, an industry first. It's really simple. You just tap your watch on the machine, get going, and all your metrics are in sync. One of the things that enables these fitness features is the Apple Heart Rate Sensor. And it's been at the core of Apple Watch since the very beginning. And today, it's the most used heart rate monitor in the world. And we want to use it to help even more people. So we're doing three things. First, we're making enhancements to the heart rate app to give you more information. Now, you'll see your heart rate right on the watch face, so you can keep an eye on it with just a raise of the wrist. And when you launch the heart rate app, you'll see new measurements, like resting heart rate. Apple Watch calculates this daily by correlating background heart rate readings with accelerometer data. And recovery heart rate, which tells you how quickly your heart rate drops after workout. A lower resting heart rate and a quicker recovery rate can be signs of improved fitness. And now you can keep a better picture of your heart rate. You'll have a better picture throughout the day. The second thing we're doing is inspired by many of the letters we receive from customers who notice an unusually high heart rate when they wouldn't expect one. So Apple Watch has been helpful for them, but we realize most people won't notice. So we're adding a feature. And now Apple Watch will notify you when it detects an elevated heart rate and you don't appear to be active.
That's big. That is big. This is making me want to get an Apple smartwatch instead of my $60 Garmin, which does pretty much the same thing.
Is focused on heart rhythm. A regular heart rhythm has a familiar pattern, but when your heart beats irregularly, it's called an arrhythmia. It doesn't mean it's beating too fast or too slow. It just means it's beating out of its normal rhythm. And that can cause problems. The most common form of serious arrhythmia is called atrial fibrillation, or AFib. And it affects tens of millions of people and is a leading cause of stroke. But the challenge is, many people with AFib don't feel symptoms, so it often goes undiagnosed. We've been looking at this for a couple of years, and we think Apple Watch can help. In our initial studies, Apple Watch has been effective at surfacing irregular rhythms. So we're expanding that work, and today we're announcing the Apple Heart Study.
Oh yeah, Apple Heart Study, heck yeah. Alright, I'm sold on an Apple Watch right now.
It will use data from Apple Watch, and it will analyze arrhythmias, including AFib, and notify users. This study is being conducted in partnership with Stanford Medicine, and we're working closely with the FDA, and they've been great to work with. So later this year, the first phase of the Apple Heart Study will be available in the US on the App Store. Those are the updates focused on fitness and health, and they join the other great features.
I'm going to power this on so we get a little more power going to this.
Redesigned music experience, an intelligent Siri face, fun new characters from Toy Story, and more. So that's WatchOS 4. It will be available to all Apple Watch customers on September 19th.
Alright. Now I'm powering this on. By the way, if you enjoy my 360 videos, check out some of the other ones. You can win a bobblehead and lots of other cool, fun prizes worth lots of money. So check it out.
Apple Watch.
Alright, well it's good thing that this Apple Watch heart study is being done, because heart attacks are leading cause of death in the US, and why not? I mean, it has that data right there. It should be leading the way here. And I perfectly have one spot left in my watch collection, so I think I'll probably be getting the Apple Watch Series 3 when it comes out.
Introducing Apple Watch Series 3, and it has cellular built in.
What was that? Cellular built in? Maybe not. Maybe not.
Now you have the freedom to go anywhere with just your Apple Watch.
Last movie was about cell phone radiation and long-term health effects. I don't know if I want to carry a radiating device on my wrist the whole time.
Ultimate expression of Apple Watch.
I don't know.
Now,
Something to think about.
Go for a run with just your watch and still be connected.
It's nice to take a phone call on it.
When you go to the beach, or just run a quick errand. And it's really nice to know you can be reached if needed while staying in the moment. You can receive an important call with just your watch, and the number is the same number as your iPhone. You don't have to manage a separate number. The apps you rely on, like Messages, just work, and Siri's at your beck and call anytime, anywhere. You can use maps and get directions, and the location for Find My Friend automatically switches to your watch when you're away from your phone. And third-party apps like WeChat work over cellular as well. And coming next month, cellular is going to change the way we listen to music. Because with Apple Watch Series 3 and Apple Music, you can stream 40 million songs on your wrist.
Gee. Well, that's impressive. Is it 40 million good songs, though, or 40 million, like,
You'll
bad
have
songs?
access to all your favorite music. You can listen to Beats One Live or any Apple radio music station. You can even ask Siri to find you the perfect track. Now, the best device for staying active has all the music you need to stay motivated.
That wasn't a flub.
To enable these features on Apple Watch, we have packed Series 3 with the most advanced technologies ever in a watch. Inside is a new dual-core processor delivering up to 70% more performance. It's really, really fast. Siri is quicker than ever, and thanks to the new processor, for the first time on Apple Watch, Siri can talk.
What?
It's 64 degrees right now in South Lake Tahoe.
It's really convenient to not have to look at the screen when you ask it a question. For Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connectivity, we developed a custom wireless chip we call W2. There's nothing else like it. It delivers up to 85% faster Wi-Fi while being 50% more powerful power efficient for both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And we've added a barometric altimeter. So now you get flights of stairs, climb, and elevation gains after a workout. We're also releasing
I like all that workout data.
Great for skiing and snowboarding apps. Of course,
my question is, how is that workout data being sent to you? Because there are two different methods of sending workout data. I've recently learned.
Adding cellular. You see, our little watch is already packed, and you have to add antennas, radios, power amplifiers, a SIM card. And if you don't do it right, it gets so big it looks like a house arrest bracelet, and you're not going to want to wear it. So our engineers have been hard at work, and they've come up with some really creative solutions. For example, rather than add an antenna, the display itself is the multi-frequency antenna for both LTE and UMTS. And of course you have to have a SIM card, but even a nano SIM would be way too big. So instead, we integrated an electronic SIM, and it's a fraction of the size.
That's kind of cool.
So,
but that antenna, I don't know how to
feel. Even with all these new features, faster dual-core processor, W2,
yes, I won't be buying the Apple Watch anytime soon.
All the stuff you've got to put in for cellular.
By the way, having some delicious locks with no preservatives, actual salmon locks. Pretty good. Feel like cream cheese and locks. It's obviously the Jewish part of me coming out right here while I eat my breakfast.
The only difference is we extended the back crystal a mere 0.25 millimeters. That's as thin as 2 sheets of paper. It's really magical to make a standalone call on a device this small. And I'd like to do that for you right now. I'm going to switch watches so you guys can see what's going on. This watch is connected over the AT&T cellular network. This is our new Explorer face. And I'm going to tap on the phone app. And I'm going to call Deidre, who's a colleague on the watch team.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Deidre. Hey, I'm calling you from the new Steve Jobs Theater. How are you doing?
I'm a little sad to be missing the keynote, but I'm working very hard out here.
Oh, yeah, sure you are. Why don't we pull in some video and show everybody where you are?
This has been a very tough assignment, but you know me. I'm a team player.
Yeah, that's you, Deidre. Give. Well, it looks beautiful out there.
It is amazing, but I'm just trying not to fall off this board in front of a million people.
Well, so far so good, Deidre. Hey, I should probably cut it off before something goes awry, but be safe out there, and thanks for doing this.
My pleasure. I may stay here a few more days.
Yeah, okay. That sounds great, Deidre.
That's impressive, but it'd be more impressive if she jumped in the water and was still able to talk and be heard on it. That would be even more impressive. Is it waterproof, the watch? I think so, but how good does it work when you're in the water talking on it? That's what I really want to know, Apple folks. So, yeah, I don't know. That was pretty impressive, though, but not too amazing.
People take technology for granted, and just for perspective, I'm mic'd, and in fact, I'm actually double mic'd in just the right location so you can hear me. Deidre's out in the middle of a windy lake, and the only microphone on Deidre is the little tiny one on the Apple Watch. It's a foot or two away from her mouth. She's paddling, and the signal's being sent over cellular coming in, and that's just darn close to magic. Boom with a thump.
Steve Wozniak. The Woz is there.
Series 3 comes in a wide variety of cases and bands. We have a beautiful new gold aluminum finish along with silver and space gray. And we're excited to introduce a new band we call the Sport Loop. It's designed for an active lifestyle, and it's light, stretchy, and breathable. For Apple Watch Nike Plus, we have exclusive new colors, and they're releasing a new version of their Nike Plus Run Club app with great new features like in-run audio coaching. And we have some wonderful colors across all of our bands that you just have to see in person. We have a great partnership with Hermes, and the tradition continues this year with some new watch face styles, some beautiful new bands like the one on the left that's inspired by the classic Hermes driving glove. And last year we introduced a white ceramic watch. This year we're adding a ceramic watch in a gorgeous gray finish. All of these watches were built with a great deal of care as well as concern for the environment, and they're free of these harmful materials. So that's Apple Watch Series 3, cellular, GPS, swim-proof, 70% faster dual-core processor.
Pretty awesome.
Barometric altimeter, all the features of watchOS 4.
Swim-proof, I'm guessing, means
and
waterproof?
It still has all-day battery life up to 18 hours across a mix of LTE.
That's not all day. 18 hours is not all day for someone who works 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's not all day. 18 hours,
with
no.
cellular at $399 and a version without cellular that has all the other great features at just $329. And we're going to keep Series 1 in the line at a new starting price of $249.
It's nice they're offering one without cellular, but I wonder how, like, what else is missing besides the ability to make a phone call?
Series 3 cellular will be available in these 9 countries with these 14 carriers at launch.
That's where they get you.
And 6 more coming later in the year.
Oh, you have an iPhone and an Apple Watch where you have to pay for 2 lines of data now.
A special introductory offer for Series 3, so it's going to be great. And we are offering the Series 3 without cellular in these 26 countries at launch. Orders will begin September 15th, and availability will be September 22nd. That's the update on Apple Watch, and now back to Tim.
That's kind of cool.
Apple Watch is the ultimate device for healthy life, and the Series 3 takes that to a whole new level. Now, Jeff showed you some very cool things you can do with the cellular function in Series 3. And one of those is to stream 40 million songs right on your wrist. We've made a great ad showing just that. I'd love to play it for you.
I wish he would show me what's on his wrist, you know, like, be rocking it. Show some guns, Steve Jobs, or Steve Cook, Tim Cook. Freudian slip there. Well, I do like skateboards. It does look cool with the skateboard and the watch and the iPod or EarPod. Airbud? What are they called, those things?
This is a big moment for Apple Watch, and we think you are going to love it. Next up, I'd like to turn your attention to Apple TV. Apple TV has changed the way we experience television, simplifying the way that we discover and enjoy movies, TV shows, sports, news, games, apps, and so much more. In fact, we've just been awarded our 2nd Emmy for Apple TV. Thank you.
What's the Emmy for?
This Emmy was in recognition for how Siri makes it so easy to search, discover, and interact with your TV content. We're really proud of the efforts we've made to improve the TV experience. Now, throughout the history of TV, there's been a few key inflection points that have changed the way we experience television. It, of course, all began with black and white, and it was first transformed with the introduction of color. It took a huge step forward with the advent of HD. Each stage brought with it a more true-to-life experience, a more immersive experience. Now, we're at the next major inflection point. One that has the most stunning visuals ever, that are ideal for the large TV screens that are coming into our living room.
What about 360 screens? What about interactive screens? 3D? Come on, dude. You're giving me a little box and you're saying each year, I updated this box. It's really awesome, this little box.
Apple TV 4K.
No one cares. Utter silence and crickets here.
Apple TV 4K are two key technologies that are driving this next evolution of the TV experience. And to tell you all about them, I'd like to invite Eddie to the stage. Eddie?
Thank you, Tim. It is really great to be here tonight. Apple TV 4K is incredible. And it starts with two big advancements in picture quality.
Oh, I like this guy.
Is 4K. Let me show you. This is an image in 4K. It's got incredible detail. That's possible because 4K has 4 times the number of pixels than HD. The resolution isn't everything. There's an even bigger advancement that's more important. It's called High Dynamic Range, or HDR. While 4K is about the number of pixels, HDR is about the better pixels. Let me show you.
If you're bored of this guy talking, you can see my cat scarfing down salmon bagel over here.
Look at the color, the details. Apple TV can do this because it supports the industry standard HDR10 as well as Dolby Vision, the best HDR experience. Now, Apple TV.
So yeah, high dynamic range is important. That's cool.
The highest picture quality ever. And to show you, we've installed a state-of-the-art Dolby 4K HDR cinema projector in the theater. So let's dim the lights and let me show you the new Apple TV.
Show me the new Apple TV.
Now we've remastered our screensavers. Our customers love these to take full advantage of 4K HDR. Here we are in Dubai, and even at night you can see incredible details in the buildings and the cars on the road. Now here's a city shot that really shows off the crispness and sharpness that's possible in the new Apple TV.
I feel like this is being lost on people who are viewing it from a TV that is not 4K right now.
Apple TV UI in 4K. The text is sharper, the images are brighter and more vibrant. But let's take a look at a 4K HDR clip. This is from the new Spider-Man movie coming to iTunes later this month.
I bet it's just going to be really long streaming stuff, though. It's going to have horrible buffer.
Yo, this high-tech stuff makes it too easy. Told you it was worth it. Go, go, go.
You want to see the new Spider-Man.
Oh, nice. We can hit like 5 more places tonight.
He's wearing an Iron Man mask.
What's up, guys? You got your
Do you not want the bagel now? Because I moved over here.
You're the Avengers!
Marlo.
What are you guys doing here?
Come over here.
Thor, Hulk. Good to finally meet you guys. Oh, you'd be more handsome in person. Iron Man. Hey, what are you doing robbing the bank? You're a billionaire. Hey! This feels so weird. Well, what is that thing? I'm starting to think you're not the Avengers.
Thanks for that clip from Spider-Man, Apple. I don't really get what...
Great, and that was all
just wasting my time.
Apple TV 4K. Now at the
Spoiler
heart
alert.
of the Apple TV, we've got the powerful A10X Fusion chip. This is the same chip that's in our iPad Pro. And the new Apple
Bring
TV
out Tim
isn't just
Dashwood to
slightly
talk
faster,
about
it's
Final Cut
remarkably
Pro.
faster.
It's
CPU
boring.
performance is more than twice as fast as the current Apple TV.
That's
graphics are more than 4 times faster.
Okay.
And of course, it runs the latest version of tvOS, the best operating system for the living room.
Okay.
Now, to experience 4K with HDR, you also need great content. And we've been working with the large Hollywood studios to bring all of their 4K and HDR movie titles to iTunes. So now you'll have the biggest releases in the best picture quality, all on iTunes, all available for the same price as HD.
I still think Amazon's got you beat.
If you bought
Amazon's got bigger library.
HD from iTunes, we're going to automatically upgrade them to 4K HDR at no additional charge. Now, in addition to iTunes, we've been working with leading streaming providers like Netflix to bring their 4K HDR titles to Apple TV. And later this year, Amazon Prime Video with all of their 4K HDR titles and originals as well. Now, last year, we introduced the Apple TV app, an easy way to watch your favorite movies and TV shows in a single place. It's been available in the US, and today I'm happy to announce that we're bringing it to 7 additional countries. Canada and Australia later this month, and the rest by the end of the year.
Impressive. How was that? You enjoyed that,
For
Sandra?
each country, it's really important that we have the content that those customers know and love, and that's why we're adding all of these local services to Apple TV. Now later this year, Apple TV will do even more, because we're bringing live sports, so you'll never miss a game. If you're a huge sports fan like I am, you're really going to love this feature.
I probably will.
If your favorite team is playing on ESPN, it'll automatically appear right first in the Up Next list. You'll even get notifications when a game's about to start, or if there's a close game, so you can start watching instantly. And if you scroll up, you'll see even more games. And in addition, we're bringing live news to the TV app. Now let's take a look at those games. As you can see, we show you the score and the time remaining to help you decide which game to watch.
That's nice.
And if you're one of these people that doesn't like to know the score, you can turn the feature off. Now, we also have a dedicated sports tab where you can see every live and upcoming game. And as the seasons change, so will the sports tab, always showing what's best for you. As sports in the TV app is a real game changer for sports fans. And of course, the new TV app is available on your iPhone and iPad as well. Now, if you own an iPad or iPhone, there's no better choice than Apple TV. You can now share your photos on the big screen, including live photo effects, 4K video memories. You can play from the over 40 million songs in Apple Music, including the music that your friends are listening to. And because Apple TV is always home, you get anywhere, anytime access to all of your HomeKit accessories. And of course, you've got access to choose from the thousands of games and apps on the App Store. And with the A10X Fusion chip, there's so much more that Apple TV can do. And to see what's possible, we'd love to show you a new game from that game company. They're known for making artistic and critically acclaimed games. As a matter of fact, their first game, called Flower, was chosen as the first video game ever to be in the permanent collection in the Smithsonian. Very, very cool.
Flower is pretty awesome.
That,
I'll give them that.
I'd love to welcome the CEO, Genova Chen.
Definitely listening to this, Apple getting into the video game market a bit more.
At that game company, we treat games as an art form. Today, many of us play games alone, but we believe games is a medium that can bring people together. And that's exactly what we are going to do with our new game, Sky. Together with me is my colleague Mike. And Mike, why don't we take off? Sky is a romantic social adventure game where you fly above the clouds to explore the wonders of a mysterious world. The game is designed to be adaptable to the most casual players. The control is simple and intuitive. Everything can be done with one finger on the serial remote. Oh hey, that's Mike's friend Jeff, and he's asking us to follow him. Let's see what he has discovered. Compassion and generosity are key to unveil hidden areas of the world, as well as growing your character. By lighting all the candles, Jeff and Mike was able to summon the spirit, and he's about to teach Mike the knowledge of how to summon a magical creature. In Sky, we really take advantage of the powerful new hardware. With Metal 2 and Apple TV's A10X Fusion chip, we're able to run the game smoothly even with these detailed clouds, intelligent creatures, and up to 8 players from anywhere around the world. And let's see if we can draft off one of these creatures.
It's pretty cool.
We don't have time to show you everything, so we're going to skip forward to the Dark Temple ahead.
Cool, let's
Light
finish
and dark
exploring.
are important themes of the game. In Sky, you play as the children of light, and your goal is to bring that light to where it is needed the most. With the light, Mike was able to free all the butterflies, and together they can move on to the next part of the adventure. With a live orchestral soundtrack and the cinematic experiences, you can expect to be immersed in an ever-expanding world. So, join hands with your loved ones and play Sky exclusively on Apple TV, iPad, and iPhone this winter.
It's exclusive. Well, good thing I have an
Thanks,
iPad.
Geneva. We can't wait for you to get your hands on Sky. We're so excited about the new Apple TV 4K. It's got powerful hardware that delivers stunning 4K HDR video. Live sports along with live news, TV shows, and movies all in the TV app. And the perfect big screen companion for your iPhone or iPad. New Apple TV 4K starts at $179. It joins the existing one. You can order it starting on September 15th, and it ships just a week later. That is the new Apple TV 4K. Thank you, and I'd like to turn it back to Tim.
Thanks, Eric. I can't wait for you to experience the beauty and the magic of the cinema right in your living room with the Apple TV 4K. Now, next up, iPhone. Apple has always believed that technology infused with humanity could improve people's lives and change the world. No other device in our lifetimes have had the impact on the world that the iPhone has. Nothing else has become so essential or put so much power into so many people's hands than iPhone. It's truly amazing how much iPhone impacts the world each and every day. Our intention with iPhone has always been to create something so powerful, so immersive, and so magical that the hardware virtually disappears. Over the last 10 years, we've reimagined or invented numerous technologies to create just that experience. The first iPhone forever changed how we interact with technology by introducing multi-touch. For the first time, you were actually touching the software instead of buttons. It's magical. The App Store changed the way we work,
What'd I miss? Anything good?
play, learn, communicate, spawning new companies and new industries along the way. We took the viewing experience to places literally never seen before with
My cat
technologies like the
loves my
Retina
camera
display.
bags.
We changed the way people communicate with features like iMessage and FaceTime that allowed us all to connect in more meaningful ways. And with Siri, we used artificial intelligence to make our voices more powerful. iPhone even revolutionized security and privacy with Touch ID and our wallets with Apple Pay.
Apple
And of
just did
course,
everything.
iPhone put
Apple
amazing,
invented bread.
easy-to-use cameras into our hands, becoming the most popular way to to capture the images of our lives. Over the past decade, we've pushed forward with innovation after innovation.
Apple
after
also
innovation,
invented pumpkin spice
bringing
lattes.
us to this moment, when now we can create devices that are far more intelligent, far more capable, far more personal than ever before. We have huge iPhone news for you today, and it gets started right now.
Just want to let roll my whole couch. Oh shoot, the new iPhone. Now the thing I'm really excited about. iPhone 8. The moment you've all been waiting for, folks.
iPhone 8. This is a huge step forward for iPhone. And to
Huge
tell
step
you all
forward for
about it,
mankind.
I'd like to invite Bill to the stage. Bill?
Thank you, Tim. Well, good morning, everyone. I am so excited to tell you all about the new iPhone 8 and the new iPhone 8 Plus. These are a new generation of iPhone.
Time to pay attention,
They improve on
folks.
everything we love about iPhone. The design is all new. There's glass on both the front and the back. The aluminum band beautifully matches the finish of each iPhone 8. It comes in silver, space gray, and a beautiful new gold finish. It's made from an aerospace grade 7000 series custom aluminum alloy. The glass has a 7-layer color process, making sure there's a beautiful, precise hue. And the glass is further reinforced by an internal laser-welded steel and copper structure. We're so excited because this glass is the most durable ever in a smartphone.
Ooh, that's nice. I like durability because my last one broke when I dropped it with a bumper case.
Dust resistance. We have a new Retina HD display in each one. There's a 4.7-inch Retina display in iPhone 8 and a 5.5-inch in iPhone 8 Plus. Now, Apple Retina displays are renowned for their incredible color accuracy, and they have great wide cinema quality color gamut. We built in our 3D touch technology into the display, and for the first time in an iPhone display, it has our True Tone technology. Now, with True Tone, it adapts the color, temperature, and intensity to the ambient light around us. Along with the displays, iPhone 8 and 8 Plus have new stereo speakers as well. They're 25% louder than the speakers in iPhone 7, and they have a deeper bass, too.
That's cool.
And this is pretty incredible. Inside iPhone 8 and 8 Plus is a brand new chip, and this is a breakthrough in performance in a mobile device. We call it A11 Bionic.
Ooh, fancy name.
This is the most powerful and smartest chip ever in a smartphone. 64-bit design, 4.3 trillion transistors, 6-core. I'm going to geek out here for a bit because it is so awesome. It has 2 high-performance cores. They're 25% faster than the high-performance cores in the previous industry-leading A10 chip. There's 4 high-efficiency cores. They're up to 70% faster than the ones in the A10 chip. They're managed by our 2nd-generation performance controller that now can use all 6 cores at once and deliver up to 70% improvement in multi-threaded workloads.
Okay, I'm paying attention.
And they have our first ever Apple designed graphics processing unit, or GPU. This is a 3-core design. It's 30% faster than the graphics in the previous A10. The GPU is designed to accelerate 3D apps and games, especially those that use our new Metal 2 framework. And the GPU also is incredible for machine learning apps. And those kind of tasks get a big speed up if they use our core machine learning framework too. There's more to it. The A11 Bionic includes a new generation image signal processor, or ISP. So you know this is used in photography. It delivers faster autofocus in low light.
Mm.
It has new pixel processing for sharpness and texture.
I'm listening.
And for the first time, to help reduce noise, it has hardware-enabled multi-band noise reduction.
Ooh.
All of this helps to improve performance and helps us take better pictures.
Yay.
Perhaps the most beloved feature of every new generation of iPhone is the cameras.
Tell me.
People
6K
love
res.
taking photos.
Tell me you can do
10% of
6K
the
res.
photos for our Shot on iPhone campaign. Like this one. This was sent from Jeremy Perez Cruz, who shot it with an iPhone 7 Plus.
Yeah.
People are going to love taking pictures with the iPhone 8 camera.
Currently using an iPhone 7 Plus right now to live stream.
It's larger and faster. It provides 83% more light, and it provides it's more power efficient at the same time. It has
Okay.
deeper pixels and a new color filter. So this adds up to having better color saturation, a wider dynamic range of color, and lower noise in your photos and videos.
So no 360
iPhone 8
camera.
Plus has two new
Disappointed,
sensors in its
Apple.
dual camera. The wide-angle camera has an f1.8 aperture and optical image stabilization. The telephoto camera has f2.8 aperture. So as always, we want to show you the kind of photos you can take off of our new cameras. Now, these are photos we're going to show that have not been retouched in any way. They're straight off the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. So here's the first one. This is absolutely beautiful.
Wonder where
That's
that
not
is.
the Golden Gate Bridge. This is taken in Portugal. It shows the beauty of wide color gamut. There's great dynamic range, sharpness, and incredibly low noise. Just look at that blue sky. Here's another example. It shows incredible wide quality color again. Just look at the skin tones, and the detail in the hair and the eyes. If you look closely in her eyes, you can actually see the photographer reflected there holding an iPhone to take the picture. Here's a great example of amazing textures and depth in photography. You can really feel the fabric. You can see details in her face behind the fabric. Here's a great example of low light photography. Texture, detail, and very subtle colors in this darker environment. Last year we introduced portrait mode. iPhone 8 takes fantastic portrait modes. People flip over taking these photos, and now with the iPhone 8 Plus you're going to get sharper details, more uses in low light, and even a more natural bokeh in the background of the photo. So this is a big hit. We had a surprise new feature last year with portrait mode. We brought it out in beta, and it just got better and better over time, and customers send us photos, they love this. So we challenged the engineering team to do that again, to make it easy for all of us to take advantage of an advanced photographic technique. And they're doing it. And it has to do with lighting. And if you've ever had a professional portrait taken, you know that pro photographers use advanced equipment and have a great understanding of advanced techniques to literally sculpt the light on your face to create the perfect mood for a portrait photograph.
Mm-hmm.
Our team is making this possible for all of us. Using the new dual cameras and the A11 Bionic chip and the iPhone 8 Plus, the team has come up with a new feature called portrait lighting. Now, this is beta, but it will ship with the iPhone 8 Plus. And here's how it works. You compose a photo in the camera app using the portrait mode. The dual cameras in the ISP sense the scene. They create a depth map. They separate the subject from the background. And then using machine learning, it creates facial landmarks and actually changes the lighting of the contours over your face. That happens while you're composing the shot. It's super easy to use. Right when you're in the camera app, you use portrait mode, and there's a new menu to select the lighting effect you want to use. You just swipe to pick a different effect for whatever you want to shoot. And these aren't filters. This is real-time analysis of the light on your subject's face. In fact, you can go in later, after you shot a portrait mode photo, into the Photos app and change the lighting effect to select which one you want to use in your photograph. And the team has done an unbelievable job on this. And so here's an example of a photo that's taken, not touched in any way. This is portrait mode using portrait lighting. It's actually using the setting in portrait lighting for stage light that drops away the background to make this stunning, dramatic photograph. It's absolutely beautiful. So iPhone 8 and 8 Plus are incredible for taking pictures. They're also amazing for video as well. In fact, iPhone 8 has the highest quality video capture ever in a smartphone.
But what about the hollow phone, the red phone coming out?
Along with the ISP, we have an Apple-designed video encoder. This enables faster frame rates and higher quality video.
I'm skeptical.
It does real-time image and motion analysis to predict changes in the content and optimize the video encoding algorithms.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
So while you're shooting video, let's say 4K 60 frames a second, the iPhone 8 divides each frame into individual tiles. 2 million of them. We analyze the 2 million tiles every second, looking for details like texture and edges, to predict whether that tile has grass, sky, water, or movement in it. So let's say you're shooting 4K 60 frame video, it will look like this, beautifully optimized. Quality and for compression level. This video was shot on an iPhone in 4K. It's amazing. And if you're one of the many people who love shooting slow-mo videos, that's gotten a lot better too. Now you can shoot 1080p HD, 240 frames a second. That's double the frame rate of previous.
That's pretty cool.
Absolutely beautiful.
Well, what about the
iPhone
4K
8 is
res?
incredible for shooting photos. It's incredible for video. There's a third category of use of the camera that's going to be coming.
Can it do 4K at 60 frames or 120?
That's augmented reality.
Ooh.
This is an incredible area for us to advance in. And our teams have worked together, hardware and software, to make iPhone the first iPhone really created for augmented reality, and the first smartphone designed for it as well. We custom-tuned each iPhone for augmented reality. The cameras are actually individually calibrated in the factory, and that makes a huge difference in performance for AR. There are new gyroscopes, new accelerometers, and ARKit software is tightly tuned to all this hardware to deliver the best experience for motion tracking. And AR greatly benefits from the new A11 Bionic chip. The CPU handles world tracking. The new Apple GPU renders immersive graphics at up to 60 frames a second. The new ISP does real-time lighting estimation. This stuff is amazing that it happens on a device in the palm of our hands. So I want to show you some of the work that developers are starting to do with AR apps on iPhone 8. So here's one example. It's a game, Warhammer 40K Freeblade from Pixel Toys. You can now use their photo mode to bring the Freeblade Knight into the real world and play it right where your friends are standing around. Here's another from Major League Baseball's advanced media team. They're enhancing the At-Bat app with ARKit so that when you're at the game, you can hold up your iPhone and see real-time player information and stats.
Oh, that's so cool.
Here's Sky Guy from Fifth Star Labs. You can use ARKit with this app to actually superimpose the map on top of the sky as you're looking at it.
Oh, I might need to get an iPhone 8. Oh, God, he's definitely winning me over with this stuff. What? Was that it for the live stream? Oh my God. Was that the end of the live stream, guys?
What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and just about a week from the release of the iPhone 8, 7S, and 7S Plus, I wanted to talk to you guys about the latest information we have on it. We actually have the final names, more component leaks, more feature leaks, very interesting.
Can I get it here? Oh my goodness, that couldn't have been the end. What happened? Oh my gosh. Alright, on that note, I might need to end this video because I can't seem to get the live stream back up. If I am able to get it back up, I'll start a second video. I'll name it Part 2.
In real time,
here it
either
is.
online or around the table in the same room. My friend and co-founder Andrea is preparing a match for us.
Alright, I'm going to leave this going. I need to go pick up my friend from Bart, so I'll be right back. Oh, I'm so intrigued.
What's really cool is with ARKit and the Metal Tool on the new iPhone, we are able to experience games in an entirely new way.
I want to see. I'm going to have to rewatch this.
From any angle, our content has to be incredibly detailed. With the power of the new iPhone and Unreal support for Metal Tool, we are able to render the entire level on screen, an amazing 1.2 million polygons, while also allowing you to move in close to really appreciate the high visual fidelity. And just look at those 4K textures. It's gorgeous. Now, shall we go into the game? allows us to use our position in the real world to gain a tactical advantage. Just look how Andres is moving towards this cave, lining up his targets. This is something that would have been hard to do with pinch and shoot. It's like you're not just controlling the game, you're in the game. Another awesome addition to the experience is spatial audio. If you go close to the action, the sound increases. And if a solid object gets between you and the action, the sound is occluded perfectly. And with the stereo speakers on the new iPhone, this is truly amazing. It looks like we're getting hit pretty hard. Yes, deploy shield, protect our heroes. Now let's rain fire on our enemies, move closer to their ready for the fatal blow with our super. Oh, the drop tube is there. Can you take it out at the same time? What you just saw is an amazing evolution in how games are played and experienced, thanks to the combination of ARKit and Metal 2 on the brand new iPhone. We can't wait for you to play it. Look for the machines on the App Store this month, exclusively on iOS. Thank you.
Thank you, Atlee. Now, let's talk about wireless. We once said that the future is wireless. What are we rewriting? That's becoming more true tin ever before with iPhone 8. It supports LTE Advanced for fast networking connections, Bluetooth 5.0 for the latest accessories. Of course, it supports our great beloved AirPods and the Beats X headphones that use our W1 chip, and the new Beats Studio 3s as well. And now with iPhone 8, with its glass back, we're enabling the freedom of wireless charging. I mean, this is a simple thing. We do this every day. We use our phones in the day and we charge them at night, often on a charger by our bedstand in our homes or in our hotels. And words can't describe just how much nicer it is to just put it down and pick it up whenever you want to charge without ever having to plug in a cable again. You're going to want to do this by your bedside. You're going to want to do this in a cafe or restaurant as they start to support wireless charging. You want to do it in an airport so you can top up your charge before you get on the next flight. And perhaps the best use case of all, in your car. You can get into your car, wirelessly connect, and start using CarPlay, put your iPhone on the center console, and it's charging all without ever having to plug in a cable again. What makes this possible is we're building to iPhone 8 and 8 Plus wireless charging with Qi. And Qi is the leading openness wireless charging standard. And we hope to help Qi by increasing adoption of it and creating new use cases for it. Many restaurants, shops, airports, cars have started to build in support for Qi wireless charging and they'll work with iPhone 8. Many companies are offering Qi chargers, and those that are Qi certified should all work with iPhone 8. And we've worked with some developers who are creating Qi chargers, and we're going to offer them in our stores and online for our iPhone 8 customers, like this one from Mophie and this one from Belkin. So that's iPhone 8. It's a new generation of iPhone. It improves on everything we love about iPhone. It is packed with innovative technologies, from the glass and aluminum design to the Retina HD displays, the new A11 Bionic chip. They're designed for AR apps like no phone has been before. They have new single and dual cameras. They support for the brand new photo lighting effects in portrait mode and wireless charging. Now, iPhone 7 came in these three configurations, starting at 32 gigabytes. We're really happy to tell you iPhone 8 is going to start with twice the capacity at 64 gigabytes, and a second one at 256 gigabytes. And the price will be $699. iPhone 8 Plus will have the same two configurations, 64 gigabytes and 256 gigabytes, and it will be priced starting at $799. We'll be able to pre-order them starting this Friday on September 15th, and to be available a week later on September 22nd. And we can all upgrade to iOS 11 starting on
iPhone 8, a new generation of iPhone, and a huge step forward. But we're not stopping there. We do have one more thing. Now, we have great respect for these words, and we don't use them lightly. Our teams have been hard at work for years on something that is important to all of us: the future of the smartphone. The first iPhone revolutionized a decade of technology and changed the world in the process. Now, 10 years later, it is only fitting that we are here in this place on this day to reveal a product that will set the path for technology for the next decade. This is iPhone 10. It is the biggest leap forward since the original iPhone. And to tell you all about it, I'd like to invite Phil back up. Phil?
Thank you, Jim. I think you can imagine there were a lot of people at Apple that didn't get much sleep last night preparing for this. This is so exciting. And it is all screen. It is beautiful to look at. It is incredible to hold. The display fits edge to edge, top to bottom. It goes into each corner where it follows the tight curve of the design. It has glass on both the front and the back, using the same super strong formula as iPhone 8. The band is made from a surgical grade stainless steel. It's both durable and polishes to a beautiful finish. And look how the glass and the stainless steel form a continuous surface from front to back. There has never been anything like it. It's engineered to be water and dust resistant. phone with just your fingerprint. And Touch ID became the gold standard in consumer device biometric protection. But we know we can do something that's better. The iPhone X, your iPhone is locked until you look at it and it recognizes you. Nothing has ever been simpler, more natural, and effortless. We call this Face ID. So Face ID is the future of how we will unlock our smartphones and protect our sensitive information. To make Face ID possible took some of the most advanced technology we have ever created. And much of it is packed right up here into this tiny little area at the top of the display. We call this the TrueDepth camera system. And it is made up of incredible state-of-the-art technology. There's an infrared camera, a flood illuminator, the front side camera, and a dot projector. And that's not all. There's also the proximity sensor, the ambient light sensor, the speaker and microphone, all packed into this TrueDepth camera system area. It is amazing. And here's how it works. Every time you glance at your iPhone X, it detects your face with the flood illuminator, even in the dark. The IR camera takes an IR image. The dot projector projects out over 30,000 invisible IR dots. We use the IR image and the dot pattern and we push them through neural networks to create a mathematical model of your face. And then we check that mathematical model against the one that we've stored that you set up earlier to see if it's a match and unlock your phone. And this all happens in real time. It all happens invisibly. You don't see these things going off. It's incredible. It just all works and all happens. To create Face ID, we worked with thousands of people around the world, and the team took over 1 billion images. And with that, they developed multiple neural networks to create Face ID.
At Brighter Image,
BrighterImageLab.com, we don't believe anyone should be embarrassed to smile. We've heard your stories about the negative impact bad teeth or an embarrassing smile can have on your life. If your teeth are chipped, broken, or misaligned, and you feel stuck, then our removable veneers could be the solution you've been hoping for. Introducing Bill Veneers, a new digitally designed smile makeover by BrighterImageLab.com, using the latest innovations in design and technology to completely transform your smile. The process is lab direct. There's never a dentist visit. It's all done online, and that's what makes it so affordable. Most people don't have 2 years to wait for braces, or thousands of dollars to spend on a cosmetic dentist. You can have an amazing smile. We did it for them. We'll do it for you. BrighterImageLab.com.
Once when you set it up, Face ID learns your face. Even if you change your hairstyle, you decide to put on glasses, you're wearing a hat, so you do it up any way you do it, Face ID learns your face. It learns who you are. And it adapts to you as your face changes over time. Let's say you start to grow a beard. It works in day, it works at night. And the teams work hard to make sure the Face ID can easily be spoofed by things like photographs. They've even gone and worked with professional mask makers and makeup artists in Hollywood to protect against these attempts to beat Face ID. These are actual masks used by the engineering team to train the neural networks to protect against them, Face ID. It's incredible. The teams worked hard to protect your face data. Yes. Your face data is protected.
Alright, I think we're still live streaming. Yeah, still live streaming. Been going for about 80 minutes. Oh, we can leave it open. It's kind of warm. Okay. While I was picking him up, this is Greg, by the way.
Hello, everyone.
Everyone who's on the live stream, Greg. We were watching this on the phone as I was going to get him from Bart. Touch ID.
I've already been watching a good majority of it. Personally, I'm very happy to know that Apple TV is going to support 4K and HDR in their new model. That's something I'm really looking forward to as a constant Apple TV user myself.
Is this delayed from what we were watching on the phone?
Maybe.
Statistics for Face ID?
At least, well, it was on my phone.
1 in a million.
Ooh. But our whole thing, we're just talking about this. It's now Face ID technology. What if someone just took an iPad with a video of your face and held it up to the phone? Wouldn't that be able to trigger it and you could hack into anyone's phone?
Considering how easy it was for people to like copy someone's fingerprint, like fingerprint ID, I thank Apple for going in that direction for the 5S, 4S when it came out. However, people were quick to point out that how easy it was to hack biometrics. So I'm glad that they went in the different direction for at least the facial ID. That's a good start, but they really need to get down to the retina scan, because retinas are a little harder than both fingerprints and your entire face to copy.
And on that note, I know this event is probably going to go on for a couple more hours, but sadly we got to get to work at some point in time. It's about 80 minutes of watching this. I remember back in the day when the Apple announcements would be like an hour max. It'd just be Steve Jobs was the only speaker, and he would let you know.
So we got face authentication.
There's a lot of cool stuff, but in order to watch it all, you're going to have to go to Apple's page and click it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, write a comment below, and have an amazing day. By the way, if you happen to own an iPhone 7 Plus, that is going to be today's we have a giveaway in relation with that. Before I exit this off, I remember I have this. So for those of you who have an iPhone 7 Plus and want a pretty cool case for it, we have a case right here. Stop poking the people. We have a case right here that fits perfect with your phone. I actually bought two back in the day. I happen to like this one a little bit better, but this one works just as great, very indestructible. And I will mail this out to the second person who writes a comment in the video below. Make sure to like it, share it, and then direct message me with your info. And also be sure to follow Greg on Instagram.
The Greg MH on Instagram. Facebook, check me out at Harriman Studios. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Harriman Studios.
We're probably going to do another live stream later today with the Essential phone, which he just got.
Yep.
This is it's a phone that has a 360 camera that magnetically attaches to it.
Just brand new. There's only about like 1,000 even right now in the United States. There's more shipments coming in today and the subsequent weeks of September 2017. But, you know, we're going to be doing an unboxing of it as well as testing some footage out, even possibly doing a comparison with the Insta360 Nano. We'll see how it goes.
I'm really curious about this phone because it looks super cool how it magnetically attaches, but from what I hear the phone is so-so, but it still reminds me of something that Apple kind of should have done today. I've been following these announcements for several years, you know, since I've been into 360, and each year I keep expecting them to be like, we're going to put a 360, you know, camera in the phone, and they never seem to do it. They seem to ignore VR and only accept AR.
And even more so on the AR, the recent keynote from Apple today, they have been emphasizing more on the aspect of, you know, looking around with different apps. There was an example where they were looking up at the natural sky with someone with their camera app on, and they were able to actually see, you know, the constellation of the stars.
That did look really cool.
That was actually kind of interesting, and that would definitely be, like, you know, the target audience, of course, is people interested, you know, looking up at the sky, astrologists.
But you need both, though. You need the VR and the AR. They help each other.
Exactly.
And I'm going to talk more about this later. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to close it out now because this guy's going on a tangent about his apps. How many people did they bring out for this thing? Like 6 people.
There was at least 6 people.
And it's not even halfway done. Anyway, have a great day, everyone. Let me know in the comments what Apple product you're most excited about, why you want to buy it. Talk to you later.